You see it all the time in football. A player gets touched, suddenly grabs his leg, rolls across the grass like he just got hit by a truck, then somehow stands up 20 seconds later and starts sprinting again. So what's actually happening here? Are football players secretly the greatest actors on earth? Or is there a reason this keeps happening? By the end of this video, you'll understand why players fake injuries, why it sometimes works, and why the truth is way more complicated than most people think. First, here's the strange part. Not every fake injury is actually fake. Football players run around 7 miles during a game. Imagine doing constant sprints, sudden stops, sharp turns, and getting bumped by giant athletes for 90 minutes. Now imagine someone clips your ankle while you're running full speed. The contact might look tiny on TV, but at that speed, even a small hit can feel like someone yanked your legs out from under you. Think of riding a bike. A little tap while standing still? No big deal. A little tap while moving fast? Totally different story. But now comes the part that confuses people. Yes, some players absolutely exaggerate contact, and they do it because football has a hidden rule nobody tells beginners. Referees can't feel pain. They only see what happens, and they have just a second or two to make decisions. If a player gets hit and stays standing, the referee might think, looks fine. But if that same player falls dramatically, now everyone notices. Suddenly, the referee pays attention. Sounds weird, right? Here's a surprising fact. Sometimes players are actually taught to go down if they feel contact. Not because they're trying to win an Oscar, because staying upright can accidentally hurt their team. Imagine somebody pulling your shirt while you're trying to score. If you fight through it and miss the shot, the referee may ignore it. But if you fall immediately, your team could get a free kick or even a penalty. And a penalty is basically football's version of a free throw with almost no defense. Now here's where things get messy. Some players take this idea and turn it up to ridiculous levels. Tiny contact, huge reaction. You've probably seen the dramatic rolling on the ground. Funny enough, studies have noticed something weird. Players often stay down longer when they're winning late in a game. Coincidence? Probably not, because fake injuries can also waste time. If your team is leading by 1 goal and only 2 minutes remain, every second suddenly feels valuable. It's like your phone being at 1% battery. You suddenly care about every single second left. But here's the twist most people miss. Football players actually hate being called divers, because once referees think you're faking, future calls become harder to get. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Do it too often, and people stop believing you. So are players faking injuries? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes they're protecting themselves. Sometimes they're trying to help their team. And sometimes they're just being a little dramatic. The next time you see someone rolling across the field like they got launched into another dimension, remember this. In football, you're not just playing against the other team. You're also trying to convince a referee who has 1 pair of eyes and 1 second to decide. If you learned something new, hit subscribe, because football gets a lot more interesting once you learn the hidden stuff happening right in front of you.